Well, we were lied to. Welcome back to the channel. We got Road to the Knockout leaks to talk about this video that look pretty insane, which is also causing some panic right now. We have our first division rivals rewards tonight, so we'll talk about what that could mean for the market as well. And if you guys did not find out, we were lied to by EA. But Champs now does not start until 8 days and 4 hours instead of a day and 4 hours. It was supposed to be this weekend, was going to be the first weekend league, and now it's not. It's going to be next weekend. And I understand, their thinking behind it in terms of, people are going to get the game on Thursday or Friday here and just have no chance to play in weekend league unless they literally play the game like the entire weekend. But at the same time, why would you show it as, it's starting this weekend if you're going to change it? As I'm assuming it wasn't a last second decision. I'm assuming that they changed this or they thought about this not being a thing right away, right? So I don't know why it still said that weekend league was going to be this weekend, because everybody planned around weekend league being this weekend and it's not going to be. So what does that mean? Well, there's just going to be less demand this weekend. This weekend was supposed to be the time when I kind of was like, this is going to be the big market weekend in terms of, we have a lot of demand. We've got market kind of hitting a peak point. And right now, I just don't think that it's going to this weekend. And right now, when we go look at it, it's not hitting a point at all. Is it going to continue to fall? Is it going to rise up again? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, though, lone base hero player pick came out today, which is kind of insane. I don't know what exactly they're thinking about these like early on SBCs here. One of 3 base loan heroes. I think it's like 20 games or so on loan. We're just an A3 rated squad. I'll open this for this video. But for your first weekend league, I mean, having a lone base hero is going to be pretty insane. I do wonder if they kind of put this in the game to be like, hey, your gold team sucks compared to this hero, so like spend those FIFA points so you can get him. I'm assuming that's kind of their thought process here. I don't know why exactly this is a thing. I'll open that in this video if you want to stick around for that. So yeah, before we go and give the market a look, Road to the Knockouts is coming this Friday and the promo looks sick in terms of the player selection being very good. Erling Haaland's selected for it, so he's gonna be in the very first promo of the year basically. So not only is Haaland going to get a special card, he's going to get a dynamic special card, which he's he's probably very likely to get all the upgrades. And here is like the upgrade description, right? So you got win 2 remaining matches in the group stage, plus 1 inform upgrade, qualify for round of 16, plus 1 inform upgrade. And it's really the same thing with Europa and Conference League. You just qualify for the round of 32 instead of 16, right? So you can get basically a plus 2 inform upgrade on these cards. It's not just a plus 2, it's a plus 2 inform upgrade. So you can see Haaland with like 93 pace, 98 shooting. I mean, is that what he would be? I mean, you're probably gonna give him a plus 2. Also want to give him a plus 1 shooting. I don't know, but the point is this card is actually insane for this time of the year. That card will be like millions and millions of coins for sure. We got Bruno Fernandes, who's also leaked to be in it. A great card, good selection, popular selection. I'd say Bruno's probably pretty likely to get both upgrades. They got to win 2 matches and then qualify. I would assume Man United probably are going to be favored to do that. So Bruno will be in it, which is nice to see. And then we got Victor Osimhen will also have a Road to the Knockouts card. Another good selection, or hyped up selection, you could say. And hopefully Napoli can get both upgrades as well here. But yeah, we got our first promo coming in just really like a day. And the selection looks very good. And we're also going to get SBCs. You guys know Road to the Knockout is always a bigger promo for SBCs. That's causing, obviously some panic as well, because people already panicked about the women's cards. It's, a couple problems on top of each other, and we'll get into that in a sec. This loading screen came out today. People were wondering what this third card was here, and I believe it's Women's Champions League. I think that's it. It's not anything else like too crazy. We do have a couple like card designs added here though I want to talk about. So we have special item. I have no idea what this card design looks like or what it is. It kind of looks like a record breaker. I don't know what, you have to let me know what you guys think this card design is, but it just has special item. So this was added to the database along with a lot of card designs that were just added to the database. I don't know exactly what this means, but we're going to look at all of them. We got ones to watch added to the database as well. Usually ones to watch is the first promo of the year. We didn't see it, so there's speculation obviously that we just won't see ones to watch this year, even though we have the card in the game. Now it's been added again in the database here, so we'll probably see ones to watch at least of some sort this year. Of whatever that means, I don't know, but it's in the code, so looks like it might be coming. Now the rest of these card designs are a little interesting because I'm pretty sure these are the old designs. Like this card does not look like the new card design for FC24. Compared to the two here, one is obviously way thicker and this one is a little bit thinner. And that's kind of the case for like everything here. We have Europa League Player of the Month. If that's an actual card coming to the game, that's interesting. We got Europa League Road to the Knockouts. We have the UEFA Champions League common cards. This does not look like the FC24 design, I don't think, does it? But this is also leaked to come. People in the replies, I don't think we're very happy about this. Yeah, we're on the phone market's like, no. PTSD to UCL walkouts during Team of the Year. We also have Champions League Player of the Month. So maybe we're going to get, a couple of these cards, like legit going to get them. Champions League and Europa League Player of the Month. I mean, we haven't ever seen those before. So maybe these are new and they will come into the game eventually. UCL Road to the Knockouts as well there with that nice card design. And these showdowns, like this is obviously the old showdown design. So is this as well. The Europa Conference League Player of the Month also. And Europa Conference League Team of the Tournament. And Europa Conference obviously road to the knockouts. A lot of new car designs. We have Ultimate Team Centurions as well. So it's like the FUT Centurions car design that we actually already saw. I believe EA released this one. We have a few more. We have Shapeshifter's Icon, which looks like the Fuddy's card from last year, like Fuddy's Heroes card. So I don't know what is going on here. It's clearly not correct. So we have Fuddy's Heroes, and it's just a Europa League card. So I don't know what is going on here. Team of the Year icon looks like a Fuddy's card. Something is up, and there must be placeholders for something or something like that. I'm not sure. Scoreboard just updates a database of whatever comes out, right? Ultimate Team Centurions icon, though. This one we have actually seen already. They did add this one as well, so that's a really nice card design. Once again, icons will be in like most of the promos. That's it. So I don't know what exactly we were just looking at there. But we have 3 more Road to the Knockout players confirmed by EA, actually. Openda, Bonucci, and Machado were actually confirmed by EA. So Openda, another obviously sick card. Bonucci for Union Berlin, if you guys didn't know he moved there. That was very nice. Let me like shrink this so you guys can see the Machado card, who plays for Lens, who has 85 pace, 76 defending, 80 physical, 81 dribbling. A decent little left back card. Nothing too crazy though. Yeah, but yeah, Openda will be very good, especially with, you know, the upgrades that you could get here on this card. The Liga Player of the Month nominees, we've got Lewandowski, Bellingham, Iñaki Williams, Kubo, and Savio. So obviously I think Jude probably, you know, would normally have the best chance to win this because he's probably been the best player. The problem is he won it last month, so I don't know if they're just going to give it to him again, honestly. If that was the case, you know, and Lewa somehow won it, his inform would obviously tank in price. So keep that in mind, but at the same time, I don't think Lewa's going to win it. I think Bellingham will. You know, they're probably still going to give him that second player of the month in a row, but just be aware there is a small chance that, you know, somehow if Lua wins it, you know, his inform will go down, right? Let's talk about the market, because what happened here, a lot of these cards have gone down today. Pretty much everything in the game has gone down, honestly. Like, some cards have stayed mostly the same, and some cards have gone down a lot. Like some women's cards have gone down crazy. We did get the new team of the week today, which we can talk about as well. Messi's like 217. I think he was like 240, I want to say, yesterday. Oshuala was, you know, approaching 200,000 coins, now down to 150. And the reason this mostly happened again today was we already had that like panic from before, people over investing in a lot of things, the women's cards specifically, and EA dropping the bombshell of, yeah, there's just no weekend league this weekend. You know, the weekend league causes such crazy demand for cards. By far the, you know, the most in demand cards will ever be is during like Friday and Saturday of a weekend league weekend, and we're just not going to see it this weekend. So I mean, honestly, the market dropped a lot, and it's rightfully so. And the problem is everyone's like preparing for a drop in the market, right? We kind of all have been. If you've been familiar with the channel at all, I told you kind of to sell the middle of this week because I was like, oh yeah, the drop, you know, could happen like this weekend, you know, after weekend league. Now we know we don't have weekend league anymore, so what's the long-term outlook on this market when we don't have weekend league? Well, honestly, for me, I probably think this market is going to stay the same probably for the course of this week or go down even. Honestly, I do think so. Ousmane Dembele at 280. I was expecting him to just stay at 280, you know, until Friday hit pretty much when we have full game release plus weekend league demand, and you know, we just got shafted on the weekend league demand. It's just not there. So I wouldn't be shocked if Dembele's price stays here at least until next weekend. I really wouldn't be, and then possibly even go down. I think you only really have downside. Where's the demand going to come from? Like, unless there's like a really, really important objective where you need to win games in a certain amount of games, or a friendly comes out, like where's the demand really going to come from here? So it's an issue. It is an issue, honestly, if you're owning cards right now. I don't know where the demand's going to come from to play games. Obviously, there's demand to play games because it's a brand new game, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no extra demand that you kind of need for that market to stay high. When the market's high, like, there's obviously demand to play games. And right now, there's just not any extra. So if you're in on cards, I think that I'm fine getting out now. If you want to not hold long term, I think that if you want to hold for the longer term on these upper tier cards, talking like 90 Lionel Messi is 217, right? I think next weekend, like when we're getting towards that next weekend league demand, then they probably start rising from wherever their price was, you know, at the beginning of this next week. Say like this next Sunday, next Monday, you know, wherever they are on those days, it's going to go up as we get closer to that next weekend league. I think some of the higher end stuff probably could in the long term just like go up. Honestly, I do think it could. Some of that like upper tier meta, I think actually could do just fine. A card like Kolo Muani, who's 34,000 coins, is going to be tough to maintain this extra demand for like another week now. More packs coming, you know, all the time. We got a whole another week to, you know, keep this card up before the next weekend league. And it could stay up. You can't be comfortable with it. We can't know for sure if we're going to get some crazy packs in the meantime. We got a whole week. Get a crazy SBC. We're going to get Road to the Knockout SBCs. It's just tough. That's why people are selling right now. So I'd say if you have this lower tier stuff, I don't mind selling even though you're already down on it. If you have like the mid tier to upper tier meta, I think you can probably hold on until next week if you want to. You can see it in Mbappe, right? People who are getting, you know, a lot of coins right now, Mbappe's 3.7 million. There's no weekend league demand, but people are still like, this card's still flying. The upper tier cards still have room to go up, and they definitely will. Like, let's look at Neymar, for example, here. Neymar is 375. Like, this kind of card, I think you can totally just wait on until next week, and they probably will, honestly, either stay the same worst case scenario or go up, because he's in that next kind of bracket of card. I do generally think he probably has room to rise. He how like he hasn't really gone down? Like it's 393. Everything else on the market is down quite a bit. This card's like still 375 and there's like panic right now. This next tier of card still has room to go up. I do believe so. We just gotta hold on to it for a little bit longer. Division Rivals rewards tonight. Most people probably don't take tradable rewards, but we're gonna see some take tradable rewards, which means we want to stock up on fodder. If you've not yet, do some club stocking. 86s are already, you know, you're making profit on like everything besides 84s right now. If you started club stocking like 3-4 days ago, 87s are at 10,000. You still can at this price. I'm telling you, you still can. Even these 89s at 23,000, you still can club stock. We're going to get a good SPC or two for Road to the Knockout. It's just inevitable. Honestly, 82s, you could do it. All 82s to 89s, I honestly would just club stock. But one of all of them in your club, and you'll be thankful you did that. Okay, Team of the Week 2 is here, and it's going to be interesting to see, you know, when should we buy these cards? A lot of meta cards in this team. War of Formation, by the way. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Sun 610. We got here, Harry Kane's 269. Conte's actually only 105. I do wonder if the Intercept playstyle plus that he's got here is actually pretty good. If anyone's used Conte, I'd be very interested to see like how good this card actually is. Still got 86 stand, 91 aggression, 89 interceptions. Like he's still got some really nice stats in here. So I do wonder, you know, plus the Conte juice, interception animations, like how good the card will be. I think once again, squad battles rewards will probably be a really good time to buy these cards. Probably talking on what's that, Saturday night and Sunday morning for most of you, because we'll get a ton of new people on the game. Going to farm those objectives in a squad battles. Now for rivals, if you guys don't really know what rewards to take, honestly, most of you probably been about, you know, Div 9, 8, 7-ish. I'm usually a proponent of actually taking the untradeable rewards because usually you can get, you know, good value out of it, right? You can always complete SPCs. You always end up completing a bunch of SPCs. It's just like inevitable. So you might as well get more packs to do that. Problem is right now with, you know, you still have this like 83, 84 market being high, like Diabis and shit like that. While that's the case, I actually like taking tradable rewards because it just gives yourself a shot at one of those cards that like probably have a way more chance of packing than taking tradable cards in like January and February, you know, because you packing a tradable card with anything at that point in the game is very difficult. Whereas right now, you know, you're looking at it's much more likely, right? So I actually like taking tradable rewards, but once again, if you plan on doing SPCs for Road to the Knockout, just take untradeable. Save yourself some coins for this next weekend. But okay, we've got our 1 of 3 base lone hero player pick. I'd actually low-key really like, in terms of the lower end ones, like a Wesley Sneijder, because I would really like to try Wesley Sneijder right now, especially for this next weekend league. I probably won't even keep him for the next weekend league. If I had to guess, I'll probably just play with them before then, but let's see what we can get. All right. I mean, Lizarazu's a new hero, 5'7" high left back, but none of these cards actually go for like anything. Lundberg, Littmanen, and Lizarazu. I guess I'll take Lizarazu here. All right. What does he have? Is that slide tackle for playstyle plus? Yes, it is. Yes, slide tackle playstyle plus. Maybe that's something. But all right. Well, it's probably worth it, honestly. An 83 rated squad for 24 games of a hero is probably worth it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what EA are cooking with that, but we'll have to wait and see. But I love you all. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Peace.